A round of applause for Liz, please.
Hello. I'm the other half to the crazy one that was on earlier. So I'm sort of, oh, there she is. So I'm sort of the ant to her deck, because I always stand on this side. The fish to her chips. If you want to know more about us, then just come and ask us afterwards. So I'm here to help you with your treasure hunting, which of course you all did in the break. About you, but when I've been on treasure hunts, I'm usually the one that starts off with the clues and thinks, I know 3 of those, where's the pub? And I go, I think you're probably, most of you, sitting in the pub having not done the treasure hunt. That's cool, because we're going to do it now. But before I do that, we're in the energy business, Tracy and I. This is all about energy, how we live our energy, how we tap into the different energies. So I'd like to take a picture of you demonstrating the energy of Mo. Are you up for that? So I need to do a little technology setting this up, and then you need to think how you are going to demonstrate, given that I'm taking a photo and I'm going to tweet it, the energy of Mo. Okay, so while I'm doing this bit, you do your bit. Think how you're going to demonstrate this. You can move, because it's energy, just saying. Or the people on the side are not going to be included unless you move. You might have to get up and move into the middle bit. Are you ready? I'm going to count down from 3. Okay? You're going to demonstrate the energy of Mo. 3, 2, 1, go! Nice. Great stuff. So in the spirit of things we've heard this morning about failing isn't failure, failure isn't fatal, be careful how you say that, who didn't do the treasure hunt with the cards? Who didn't do it? Come on. You've all done your treasure hunt, you've had your cards out, you've got the 3 that you really want. Okay, so we've got a handful who haven't done it. Fantastic. So what we're going to look at is how we live these things that are really important to us, so the values that are important to us. So, like Tracy said, that connection is the energy that really gets her juices flowing. The one that really gets my juices flowing is purpose. It took me a long time to work out who I was, where I was in the world, and we've heard some stories that people have shared. And once you get to know the things that gets you out of bed in the morning, I don't know about you, but life suddenly seems to become that bit easier. And my dear friend Tracy bought me a bangle for Christmas a couple of years ago with one little bead thing on it. And that is optimism. And she said, it's not the one I really wanted to buy you because I didn't like that one as much. But I bought you that. The one I wanted to get you was positivity. And she says, you're one of the most positive people I know. That was a big turnaround for me. So I said, oh, that's really quite nice. And I have 2 more on there now. One is health and one is joy. And those are the things that get me out of bed in the morning. And I wear them because every now and then I forget. And then I look down and think, do you know what? I'm looking for things that are joyful. Or I need to look after myself a bit better because sometimes, you know, my health doesn't really do what I want it to do. And actually, positivity just brings a big smile to my face. So having those with me all the time helps me live my purpose. So the purpose of the treasure hunting was to get you thinking about what are the values that get you out of bed in the morning, that drive you, that give you that energy, that buzz, that when the shit hits the fan, excuse me, when that hits the fan, you can still carry on. When the going gets tough, when you're setting your business up, when you're changing direction, when you're having a difficult conversation, whatever it might be, you remember what it is that is your purpose and you can get through it. So the purpose of the treasure hunt is for you to be able to have those conversations with some people and then just say, this is how I live this. This is how I live joy. This is how I live health. This is how I live optimism and positivity. So you're up for finishing off the treasure hunt? Yeah. Great stuff. Notice what it feels like when you're doing it, when you're talking about the things that you really, really love. That is core. It's a bit of a guiding principle. If they cut you in half like a stick of Blackpool rock, it would say, what would it say down the middle? If you haven't found that word, the great thing is, you have a card, you have a pen. strike it out, and write down the one that you want. Okay? They're just words. So if you haven't found it, you've never experienced it. Actually, I didn't find what I was really looking for, so I can't tell you. It's in there and it's in here. So I'd like you to, in the spirit of energy, get up, move around. If you've got your 3 cards and you know what they are, go and find somebody and say, this is how I live these. If you haven't got your 3 cards, go find the people who've got them. You've got 4 minutes to do this. 4 minutes. What a buzz that created. I wish you could have seen your faces. I guess you saw the faces of the people you were talking to. So you've looked at 3 words on cards. You've had conversations. You've done whatever it's done for you. So anybody who's happy to tell us what their conversation, what came out of that conversation? How are you going to live this value? Tell us what the value is. Anybody up for it? Now you've gone quiet. Yes, thank you. We got look. Just only because I like to see Darren run.
Hiya. I was told that actually my choices of words were quite negative. So I've actually decided to up my game a little bit, and I've decided to actually refocus a little bit on what drives me, perhaps because before I went for balance, independence and control, which does pan me out to be a bit of a psychopath. So I've changed balance to loyalty or duty, because I think a lot of my life is making sure that the other people around me get as much from me as I get from them. So those were my 3.
Thank you. Thank you. Isn't it interesting? Because we will interpret values in a way that means something to me. Somebody over here might see the same words and go, oh, no, it doesn't mean that. Where does it need to sit with what the value means? It's me. Because I can have something that's really important to me that you may interpret completely differently. And that's the excitement of it. That's why it's worth asking the question. You know, what drives you? Oh, balance. Oh, yeah, it does for me too. Nice day, have a coffee, you disappear. Well, what does balance mean to you? And it means, really? It doesn't mean that to me. It means something completely different. Thank you. Anybody else happy to... Yes, thank you.
I had recognition, which I wasn't comfortable with, until I realised recognition for me also meant recognising potential in others. And then it landed. So, same word, different meaning.
Yeah. And I could come back to Natalie's conversation about, it's okay to be me. Quite often with these things, we recognise it actually at recognition, but we'd like to see it in others and recognise somebody else. And we can quite often miss that, giving it back to ourselves. And certainly when we're working with children or adults and we're working through these energies, it is about what do we need to do for ourselves? It's that classic, look after yourself first before I look after everybody else. But what is it that I need to see in me before I need to see it elsewhere? Thank you. Anybody say, this is how I'm going to live it out? Yeah, go down to the front here, Darren. Go, Forrest. Run, Forrest. See, that's what happens.
I'd like to share one of the 3 words I have. I showed to a few people. Almost everyone loves it. It is passion. I believe most of people in this room have their passion. Even if you don't have it, I think you do, but you maybe haven't really discovered. I discovered until I felt it. Now I live on my passion. Every day I can't really wait to wake up. And I sleep very little. I eat less as well. But I'm always feel energetic. And I think passion is like drugs, but without side effect.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
That's the thing about this. This is like rocket fuel, drugs without the effects. It absolutely is what gives us that boost. And we've heard some amazing stories, and you've all got amazing stories. And some of the children and adults that we work with have had some really challenging backgrounds. Some of them have had great backgrounds. It doesn't really matter. But finding out what is the thing that brings that. So actually I can work on less sleep, or this is really, really tough, and yet I still want to carry on because I believe in it. You know, John's taught at the beginning, I had no idea what I was doing, but I just knew I had to do it. It's that passion that's in us, whether it's passion or whatever the word is. That top end energy is absolutely gold dust. It's rocket fuel. And if we can build a generation and then build a world where people know their passion, know their purpose, and I've got ways of living it, because it's all right knowing it, but then how do I live it? Imagine what a different place that would be. So we're going to do some more on this because we're building, you know, because we do that sort of stuff, don't we? But really it is about having those conversations, daring to have those conversations. Because every single story we've heard up front before has been somebody as well, this is where I am. That's where I go to. And when I get here, it feels a very different place from where I was there. But I sort of know why I took that step. And then we go a bit further. If we don't have those conversations, if we don't challenge other people to say, what is it that you absolutely cannot live without? You know, joy, health and positivity, they're there. They're there for me. And I can see that, you know, what gives me joy today? Especially on those days when actually it doesn't feel very joyful. You know, I'm stuck on a train that's going nowhere, or something's not worked. What's the joy in this? You know, I know that I've got Tracy scared in the corner, and there'll be a little text that will send me through, and I think, yeah, okay, that's really ridiculously funny, and you know that I'm not enjoying the start to my day. I can feel the joy in it. How can we engender that in ourselves and in others and in leaders? What keeps you going when it gets really tough? That's what this is about. And when we know our purpose, that then filters through the other energies. So it helps us live really vital, lively, nourishing lives in every possible way. You know, we got Natalie's beautiful protein balls out there. Sorry, Nadine. Too many Natalies in my life. Just saying, there's a number. Nadine. Those beautiful, healthy balls of protein and loveliness. It's much nicer than some of the stuff we could be eating today. How do we nourish and nurture ourselves so that we're at the best place to go out and do what we do? Because if we're not feeling great because we've not had enough sleep or whatever, it's not going to work. How do we connect with all these people? You know, this is one of the most exciting environments I've been in for a very long time, for all sorts of reasons. All sorts. I'm really curious about why you're here, your stories. How can we connect with you? Out there, we have a big board that we didn't actually bring. It's here already, called the Rise and Shine Inspiration Wall. We've taken that over today as a gratitude wall. What are you grateful for? Get it written on that board, and at the end of the day, it'd be wonderful to have that full of all the things that we are grateful for by being here today, or just in our lives. And the focus, you know, the things that, see, that's Natalie, that's why I got it confused. Natalie was saying to herself that was where she was, and then what she said to get her out of that place. That's some of the focus, that energy, that mental energy, but notice what we say to ourselves and to others. All led and fed by purpose. So I have a question to you as I finish. You've had those conversations, it was lovely to hear the buzz. How will you live that value and that purpose out so other people know? Because if you keep it to yourself, you're missing a trick and you're keeping the best kept secret. How will you live that purpose out?
Thank you, Liz.